Watch out!
Wow, is it me, or has it been a while? Pokemon Legends EA has been a really odd case for Game Freak's usual marketing tactics. We've been experiencing pretty large gaps for news and trailers. In the past, even with the previous Legends game, there's been a steady stream of previews and news, but for whatever reason, the Pokemon Company seems to be keeping Legends EA fairly elusive. It's to the point where I really feel like they're hiding something. But today's news might give us an answer as to when we'll see this hidden secret come to light. The first option is when the game releases, because now, finally, Game Freak has given us a release date for Pokemon Legends EA. Get ready, because it's kind of a weird one. Yeah, Pokemon Legends EA will release on October 16th, 2025 for both Switch 2 and Switch 1. We even have the game case art to show what each one will look like for each respective version. Personally, I'm still deciding between if I want to get the Switch 2 edition outright or if I want to get the Switch 1 version and upgrade it, because look at how ugly this huge bar of text is at the bottom of the case. Like, why? We've seen this already, but it astounds me that Nintendo allowed this format for Switch 2 edition game cases when it literally covers a huge chunk of the art. Regardless, that's not what we're focusing on today. The thing to focus on here first is the October 16th release. This is very different for a mainline Pokemon release. Now, I do think Game Freak does this on purpose with the Legend series so far, as a way of saying, look, it's different in more ways than one from our usual stuff. But also, historically, October releases are heavily tied to Halloween or spooky season type games. This gives me even more suspicion about the contents of Pokemon Legends EA. Okay, obviously I don't think it'll be some sort of Pokemon horror game, but I do think there's some sort of spooky theme within the game that they still haven't revealed to us, and I have a strong, sneaking suspicion that it has something to do with the Paris catacombs. Signs keep pointing to an underground area beneath Lumio City, and I'm really hoping this ends up being the case. I also wonder if October would have been the original intended release month for Pokemon Legends Arceus if COVID hadn't delayed the release of that. Like, I can definitely see the more spooky season elements within Legends Arceus, with the alpha Pokemon and the fact that Pokemon literally try to kill you, but anyways, the other way that we might be able to find what this game is hiding is within the July Pokemon Presents. This Presents is slated to air on July 22nd, 2025, and it just got revealed today that this will be happening. Now, this is one of their really early presents as it airs at 6 a.m. Pacific time, and historically, the earlier the presents, the less interesting they've been. At least from what I've noticed, but that could just be me. So let's just not get our hopes up too much just in case, but hey, who knows? We could all be pleasantly surprised. It really could be a presents focusing on whatever this hidden feature or aspect of the game is that they've been hiding. And if so, that will be the make or break moment of the entire presents as a whole. If it's something really cool, then obviously we're gonna rave about it. But if it's something kinda lame, like when they reveal Dynamaxing, then more likely than not, we'll just all leave the presents feeling perplexed. Again, my hope is for the catacombs area beneath the city, or maybe some super cool new way of interacting or riding on our Pokemon, but that's just me. So if you have any other hopes, comment them down below, because I'm curious what else there would be to look forward to. I really can't think of much else. Now, the biggest info drop we got though lies within the wording of the Pokemon Company's announcements today. When disclosing that the release date for both versions will be simultaneous, they also let slip that the Nintendo Switch 2 edition will feature not only improved frame rate, but improved graphics. Now, this is curious because prior to today, the Pokemon Company has only described the improvements to be for frame rate and resolution, not graphics. Even in the footage we saw of the Switch 2 edition in the last Nintendo Direct, the assets and graphics of ZA were pretty much the same, just running at 60 FPS and somewhere between 1080p and 4K resolution. They looked more crisp in the Switch 1 version, sure, because of these improvements, but they were still the same assets and graphics nonetheless. Perhaps the footage we'll be seeing in the next presents will showcase some improvements that they've added to the Switch 2 edition. Obviously, I'm really hoping they did improve the Switch 2 edition's graphics compared to Switch 1. But do we think this was just a miswording by Game Freak and the Pokemon Company? Or do we think they've actually gone in and given the Switch 2 edition some extra love? Comment your thoughts down below, and afterwards check out more of my videos like this one here where I discuss what kind of Switch 2 exclusive content we could be seeing for Pokemon Legends EA. Links right in front of you and in the pinned comment. As always, if you'd like to support me and have your name featured at the end of all of my videos, then join my Patreon with the link in front of you or in the description. I've been johtojonny, and I'll catch you all there.